How you doing, guys? I'm Sean.
Hi everybody, I'm Lynn. I hope everyone's having a lovely day today.
Absolutely magical day. Guys, listen, today's video, we just want to thank you all so much for the lovely kind words, the support and love that you've sent us recently with wee Rusty's passing over the spirit on Tuesday. Guys, I'm have to say, tell you that we can never tell you how much it's actually meant to us. That that when you all them words, all them support you've sent us are.
It meant so much to us, and it really helped us when we were going through a huge grieving process, and obviously we still are. But your words, and it meant so much to us, didn't it? It really
Absolutely
did.
Fantastic. And as I say, tell you guys, I know you're on Facebook. Those of you on YouTube who are possibly not on the Facebook, this is the first opportunity that we've got to tell you that. On Tuesday there we had to get the vet out for Rusty. As you know, Rusty's been, slowly, sadly going downhill from January.
From January, yeah.
When he took a big major stroke,
yeah.
and he kept bouncing back, and he's had several others, but just recently in the past month, he's starting to, go downhill. So we knew that the time was coming that if it was getting to the stage, he was going to start suffering any pain or anything like that, we would call the vet out. And on Tuesday, we contacted our vet, and David, he came out. He's absolutely
loveliest
true
vet
gentleman
you could ever meet. A really lovely, gentle, healing man, isn't he? Really
unbelievable.
lovely.
He really did it, and to say he helped. We talked about the different things, and Rusty, he was just lying there. He's
sleeping away.
So basically. We decided to help him pass over, because generally there was no return, and more importantly
he was
getting
dying.
the stage was he was going to end up it was going to get complications.
He was actually dying, and his body was shutting down, his organs and everything like that. So he literally, if we'd have left, he probably would have only had a few hours naturally, but there's
days.
no
He wouldn't
know, but there's no guarantee how he would, like the vet said, usually it's organ failure, which is inevitable, so it's far better he went this way. He couldn't walk or anything, could he?
He could have lingered on for 2, 3, 4 days, 5 days, even longer. The point was we just weren't prepared to take that chance.
No.
And so we passed over. And David was fantastic. He it just really doesn't it? Just so much beauty and love. He's just a really nice man. And the wee man, he passed over the spirit on Tuesday afternoon. So what we did was, it's like our story about we believe in that this is just a physical representation of our spiritual true being, but it's never easy to lose someone, whether it's a family member, a friend, or even our animal relations. That that physical contact, that love that you've got for that person, maybe a dog, cat, budgie, rabbit, anything human. It's heartbreaking, because at the end of the day you miss that physical thing. Even though we know he's going to spirit.
Even though we know that you don't die when you die, it's only your physical that dies. Your energy moves on. As Einstein said, it's impossible to destroy energy. It just changes form. So Rusty, like many other millions of pets and dogs and animals and humans, when they die, their energy just changes form. But of course, it's the physical that we really miss, because although his energy is still around us and we do actually feel him still around us, it's the physical that we miss, isn't it?
And you guys on Facebook who've been sending us so much love and positivity, sharing your stories with us. We've all been there, with our own animal relations and our human relations. And on Tuesday, what we did was we buried him at the back of our garden. We've got like a wee furry garden at the back of the garden that we've put together. And, it was just it's lovely. It was just something
Wonderful
we felt
funeral.
right to do. But basically when we dug the hole out, obviously for Rusty, for the physical extension for him to pass into nature, we lined the outside, the walls of the grave itself with wild ferns. Now we went round the garden asking the ferns and the plants who wants to assist in the service type thing, the ceremony. And we lined the walls with ferns, wild ferns, and each one of them wanted to come with us. And then we put a layer of flowers from the garden, because they Rusty's energy in our garden. And we flowers were saying yes, so we put like wee bouquets of flowers at the bottom of the bed to let Rusty rest on. And it was just wonderful, because we felt that energy that we were going back to nature again, and nature's all around us, it's all connecting. But it's and then of course the wee man was wrapped up in his wee favourite blanket and put a ball in with him, and then we folded over the ferns from the side of the things over the top to put them in, and a wee bit of soil over the top. Then we added, some of our own personal crystals to go along with them, just as our wee connection. Even though we're all connected in spirit anyway, it's just something tangible.
It was lovely putting our own crystals that meant something to us, put them there on top of his grave. Yeah,
and then say that was that section of his journey, and it was lovely because we felt his energy and the feather.
Yeah, the most amazing thing now. This is amazing, and obviously me and Sean were very, very sad. We're grieving, but this is the most amazing thing. You've got to hear this, guys. Now, we've often talked about signs from spirit and how feathers appear. All feathers, if they appear out of nowhere, are very special. But there's something about the white fluffy ones, the little white fluffy ones, that I think are really angelic. Anyway, we just finished putting on the last bit of soil on top of Rusty's grave. And literally, as soon as we finished, this beautiful little white, tiny little feather went floating down. It was all fluffy and perfectly white and landed just 2 foot away from where we were standing. And I was like, oh my God, I've just seen this beautiful white feather floating down. Now, if you can see where we buried Rusty's most beautiful place, it's like a little tiny wood, our fairy garden. And it's completely covered this time of year with all leaves on the trees. So how this little feather went down and did not get stuck in it, I'll never know. And it just we picked it up and I held it on my hand and I looked at it and I thought, I know that's a sign from Rusty. I know that he's okay and he's passed in spirit. So we won't get upset. Anyway, he's passed in spirit and I know that he was happy and he was safe. So that to me was like $1 million. And it made me feel so much better about things, didn't it?
That's it, and we believe, and it's an emotional time, as you know, but the signs are everywhere, guys, and we're great believers in signs, and
signs from
we know found out that the wee man genuinely was giving us a wee nudge there, so
that gave us so much comfort that night.
And basically the next day, this is where, and we're still in a grieving process, we're still moving forward, but the next day
another amazing thing happened.
Out our back garden, a heron, a wild Irish grey heron,
beautiful,
was in their garden. It was lovely, and it was right over beside we got a wee pond out there. Now, there's no fish in the pond, it's just lily
You'll be waiting a long time to catch any fish in that pond anyway.
Basically, there's a big heron standing outside it, and we thought this was cute to see, but then the heron got up on top of the I've taken a couple of wee photographs, and the heron got up on top of the crystal grid, which is beside it, and started walking about the crystal grid. So of course we went.
It's like a huge store.
I thought it was strange, and we took a photograph. And any time we were going out the garden, it flew away. But as soon as we went back, and it landed again. And this happened about 10 times a day. So for the 2 days after, this heron wouldn't leave the garden, and we were believing. I said, okay, is this another sign, or is it just a coincidence? Maybe some stupid heron thinks that there's fish inside. And we got a stone duck out in the garden as well.
It was quite funny. We were thinking, has he fell in love with the duck?
Might have had a bit of a fascination for the stone duck, because the heron would stand perfectly still. And I probably thought the stone duck was, probably staring each other out. But one was the stone one, one wasn't. But this is where more beauty came. I posted on Twitter, Facebook, about this scene with the heron. That was probably I think it was about 7:30 on Thursday night. And 8:30 we looked out to see if the heron was there. And we were standing at the window looking at it, and we were talking about Rusty, and maybe it's a sign from Rusty. And it had the most beautifulest double rainbow.
Gorgeous double rainbow.
Came out of the sky, guys.
Wow. It was the most amazing double rainbow. 2 double rainbows together, and where the rainbow came right into our garden, and it sort of finished where Rusty's grave was. And we've been in this house now 1.5 years, and we've seen a few rainbows up and around where we live here in Ireland. But we've never, in that whole of that time, ever seen a rainbow in our back garden. Never. And there's 2 rainbows, but the one was so unbelievably vibrant. The colours were absolutely... I've never seen a rainbow so vibrant, have you? It was beautiful.
And it's obviously that, even from where we were standing, you could see the rainbow. And the rainbow possibly was, probably 20 miles in the distance, but the angle of view, it was actually going right to
and it's how we perceived it,
where it was. So I think it was the sign, and the heron was standing
amazing
there.
Yeah,
and it was just a magical experience. And we were taking signs from that, and people could turn out and say it's wishful thinking. Well, so what if it is? I think it's just too much happening. We don't believe in coincidences, things like
No.
that. And what we'd say to you is, if you've any loved ones, whether they be in the physical, the human, relation type, or a friend, or you're any of your animal relations, and it comes a time that they pass over, or they may have already passed over, be open that they're actually going to communicate with you, especially if it's wee animal relations, if they've gone to the Rainbow Bridge, they've crossed over to that. And we got so much love and light from that. So if you happen to have lost someone, maybe a human, friend, relation, or your animal relations, pray to whoever you pray to. And if you don't happen to pray to anybody, then talk to your animal or your people, because there's something special that we really don't know about that happens outside this vibration.
Different
and we know for a
vibration,
fact that Rusty has moved into that beautiful vibration.
And he's definitely gone to the Rainbow Bridge, because seeing that amazing double rainbow was just amazing. It really was to see. It really gave us a lot of hope, didn't it?
Definitely.
It made us feel better.
100%. So guys, listen, I want to thank you all again, all you friends on
Thank you all
Facebook.
so
I have
much
to say,
for wonderful messages.
We can't really reply to. We've tried our best to keep things. A lot of your comments got us very emotional in the contents, and we're getting there. We're going to
we know a lot of you guys have also been through it with your own pets, so you know exactly what it's like. It's something that's
Sunday now, and we're going to hopefully get this video up tonight. We're going to shoot a video after this one. We're going to do on, what are we going to do on?
I think we're going to do about dragon eggs, seer stones, river stones, window quartz. They're the ones with the lovely round river stones that are all frosty, that have the one side polished. So I think we're going to do that one probably tomorrow.
Do that
we'll
one.
Get that. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Great one to do.
Might even shoot it. What time is it now? So it's only 20 to 1. If we can get this pushed out, we will shoot it this afternoon.
Absolutely.
And we'll get it up Tuesday or possibly Wednesday.
Yeah.
Guys, listen, thank yous again. Send yous all
Thank
our
you all
love from
so
Ireland.
much.
And I'd say wee man's going to cross the Rainbow Bridge, and just know that he's appreciated all your healing that you give him, all the love you sent him from the January, that even from prior to him taking the turn. But send him a wee positive thought for him now.
They'll never leave us.
They'll never leave
They
us.
just change form, and they're just in a different vibration. So although we can't physically see them, they're still always around us. That's for all our animals and all our humans and
100%.
everything. So
Just watch out for the signs, guys.
absolutely.
Guys, listen, thanks very much, and we will see you in the next video.
Yeah. Take care. Send you loads and loads of love and happiness as always from Ireland. And until the next video. Bye.
100%, guys. Thanks.